Hello, if you're watching the rebroadcast, thank you so much, and be sure to tweet me if you have any questions. Hey guys, oh look at all these people. I guess this is a hot time to Periscope. I would love for you to tell me where you're where you're watching from, and if you're a teacher when you start back to school. I know some people have already started. And if you think that this could help anyone, be sure to share this out, because this was a really easy thing that I implemented this year, and it totally made a huge difference in my classroom. It was really exciting. And if you see here, I'll go ahead and show you Maryland, August 17th. We start the 19th, Bonita, so we're on the same, pretty much the same track. And Bonita is doing the tip that Sheila Jane shared today, where she puts her first name after her post, which I love because I like to put names with Twitter handles. So I'm going to turn this music off. Okay, so August 17th in Florida. That is a popular date, I guess. I do think our Meet the Teacher is the 18th. Oh, where are you in North Carolina? I'm in Asheville. Our Meet the Teacher is the 18th, and our first day is the 19th. We usually start on a Thursday, and half the kindergartners come on Thursday and half come on Friday. So I'm Amy, and I'm a special education teacher here in Asheville, North Carolina, and my biggest goal in my classroom is to teach my kids confidence and to help them enjoy school. Lincolnton, oh awesome, that's not too far away. I have been through there, but I've never stopped in. Thank you so much for the hearts. So the way that I came up with this idea is I started working with third grade for the first time this year. I'd always done kindergarten through second before. And third grade resource is tricky because they start having letter grades, or in my school they started having letter grades. And a lot of my kids had a really hard time. Hi, Amy. Had a really hard time with that because they struggle with academics, which is why they saw me. And how you doing? So I was doing inclusion one day, and I love doing inclusion. I learned so much from other teachers, and I'm also in there watching a lot, so I learn ways that I can be better. And one of the teachers had brought in one of her son's trophies from baseball, and when the kids mastered their multiplication facts, I'll turn this around. When the kids mastered their multiplication facts, they got a trophy to keep on their desk. How are you? So I thought, well, that's a really neat idea, but none of my kids are ever going to earn that trophy. They have a really hard time with memory. Like, that is very common with the kids that I work with. I even have some that are really good at math, but memorizing facts is really tricky. So I thought, I wonder how I could use this kind of idea in my classroom, because I really like the idea. And I was also, and I'll be periscoping about this some too, I have a little bit already. I read this amazing book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And she uses this method called KonMari. And have you guys heard of that? It really is life-changing. Like, I'm a very messy, creative person. Deborah, isn't it amazing? Amy, you should definitely check it out. And like I said, I'm going to be, hi Yolanda. Oh, you're back from last night. Awesome. So I have read every organization book. I am just a right brain creative. Here it is, Yolanda. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And I will be scoping about this. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Yeah, take a screenshot by Marie Kondo. I will be scoping about how to adjust this for the classroom, because it's really about cleaning your house and your whole life. So anyway, I had all these trophies that I had found from when I was a kid, because it's like hard to give away trophies, right? Like, I don't know. I felt like it was hard to give away trophies. And I thought, I have a lot of trophies. How could I use them in my classroom? And so I love this because I was so into KonMari at this time, and I was just really into teaching my kids more ways to be confident. And I had this awesome student teacher, so it was really easy to implement things into the classroom because there was two of us. So I went downstairs and got my trophies. I knew right where they were. I'll turn this around so you can see. And I thought about which character traits I really wanted to celebrate my kids for. So I made a bright idea one, a respectful listener, kindness, responsibility, and then the rule leader one came later. And I just put some washi tape on the bottom. Like, it literally took me probably 15 minutes to make these. And someone who is better at technology than me could probably make something for Teachers Pay Teachers. But that is not my wheelhouse. So, and what I did, and I think the coolest part about it was the way we implemented it. Ooh, sorry, my tripod is not helping out here. So what I did is I told the kids, you know, if you get this trophy, this means that you've just done something that displays one of these characteristics. But you might not keep it the whole time, because I would have 13, 14 kids in the room at a time. And so you might have it, and then it might get moved to someone else. I was like moving the trophies around to people's tables all the time. And then we started keeping a sticker chart, especially for some of the like kids that, I had a student that I've taught for 4 years because he repeated and I moved into 3rd grade, and I had never been able to really get this kid engaged and motivated. And he came in every day and wanted to see how many stickers he had, how many trophies he had gotten. And then we ended up doing this rule leader. Yeah, it's similar to brag tags, and they're so big that the kids would like have it on their desk and they would just kind of like sit up taller. And then after a couple of months, they started giving them to each other, which was super cool. And I totally encouraged that. And they didn't like disrupt class or anything. Or we would be having a discussion and someone would say, I think they should have the Bright Idea trophy. So it was really cool, and it was pretty easy to implement. And the other thing that I really liked about it, for me, I always implement these behavior things and then kind of like forget about it. Like we do tallies school-wide, like give yourself a tally if blah, 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 if you have your homework or whatever. And my kids always forget to give themselves the tallies, so they never have as many tallies as everyone else, because it's hard for them to multitask and pay attention to a lot of things. And I am the same way, and I always forget to give them tallies. But these are so big, and I just kept them on a shelf. Yeah, Joy, that was super awesome. I just kept them on a shelf right by where I was teaching. So I was walking around, I would just grab it, and then they would start like looking around at the trophies, and like sometimes, this is kind of funny, sometimes someone would say something nice to me and I'd give them the kindness trophy, and then this one kid would look around and he'd be like, Miss Harris, I really like your shirt today. Like they were totally trying to get them, but all of these skills were things anyone can do. So it wasn't based on academics. I think I might do like a hard worker one. Next year I might add one. But anyway, this was really fun. I think you can get, I'm sure at like Goodwill, you can find trophies if you don't keep all of your things like I do. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was so helpful for me in my classroom, and I'm really excited. I went into my classroom today, and Periscope totally does not work there. But I did take some pictures so I can show you guys my ugly brown carpet in my room with no windows. But I brought these home to show you guys. And I brought some other stuff to share with you guys on another Periscope. And I think my friend Amanda and I might be having another Periscope addict support meeting later tonight if you guys are scoping, which you probably will be. So thank you so much for the hearts. Tap the screen if you think this might be helpful for you, if it might have inspired an idea. And like I said, it's super easy to implement. I'm really bad with complicated behavior systems. I just don't keep up with them because my mind is always racing, and this was really fun and cool. And they could keep up with when they got the trophies and help me remember to put the stickers on the chart, but I don't think the chart was like totally a necessary part of it. But it did help, especially some kids that were really needed that extra motivation, get the chart. And then this one would go to like someone who is extra on top of it all the time. But I would really suggest doing something like this and read this book. I will scope about this more, I promise. And I'm gonna try to make a list of how you can KonMari your classroom and get rid of things. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening. And